dare you to do it. If you're watching this video, I'm sure that you have this thing in your head that you want to do, that you really want to do, but you've never tried it, or you felt like it wasn't made for you, or blah, blah, blah. This video is here to convince you that you should do it.
That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith.
Where's my water? Great. It is sunny outside. I'm happy. And I forgot my computer. Well, there's my notes. I'm coming back. Let's go. Okay, I'm here. I know, I'm so fast. In order to illustrate all those points that I want to give you, I first want to start with a short story time so that my advice makes sense. So that I'm not like throwing things in your face being like, you should do this, you should do that, when I never did it. That wouldn't make sense. So for the story time, 2 weeks ago, it was a Friday, and I forgot to take my train tickets to go see a friend who lives in a French town called Compiègne, and I live in Orleans. It was complicated to get the train tickets because I had to go from my town to Paris and then Paris to her town. And I was tired of a long week, but still, I was like, you know what? I haven't seen her for a while. I want to see her. I want to see her town. I've never been there. I want to go. I had 1 hour and a half in between my two trains when I went for her place. And I was like, 1 hour and a half in Paris, am I just going to sit around and do nothing? When I started to think about this, on my Instagram feed, there was this post being like, here's what you can find in the €5 boxes at the Brittany market. And I was like, sounds nice. I want to go. I want to see what it is. When I tell you the Brittany market, okay, let's think about this. We're in Paris, so most of the time we use the subway to go from point A to point B. There was one subway I had to take from one train station to the other. And on this line, there was one stop that was right next to the Brittany market. So I go there. It's fun. It's amazing. People are so nice. People are so pretty. People are so well dressed. It was thrift stores, but it was also upcycling. It was creators of jewelry that they were making themselves. I bought €100 of stuff because I'm sorry, but there's this moment in my head where I was like, I'm supporting creators. And I feel like this money is well spent, and it's not like $100 in H&M or Zara or stuff like this. This money is going for people who actually want to change the fashion industry. So I go to my friend's town. It was fun. We walked all night for an event, and my feet were hurting as hell. And then it just clicked in my head. I was like, this Brittany market, there was something about it that was so great, and I'd love to work in this kind of area, surrounded by creative people, being a creative myself for them, to help them on social media, to help them their websites and stuff. And as I want to become a community manager, I was like, this is the perfect moment. I should go back and give my contact and ask people if they need help with this. Like, I cannot leave this opportunity go. Here's the fun part. I take my train to go from my friend's town to Paris. I open Canva. I create my business card in 30 minutes. I check on Google Maps if there's a printer next to the train station so that I can print them and then take the subway to go to the Brittany market and give away my cards. I print those cards in 30 minutes, and then I went to the subway. I go in the subway and I'm just like, I lost so much time. And this girl passes by and she's well dressed. She's pretty, she's amazing. She has the vibe of someone going to the Brittany market. She really had this Y2K style, and I was like, I have to ask her. And I turned to her and I'm like, hey, sorry to bother you. I love your outfit. Are you by any chance going to the Brittany market? She looked at me in the eyes and she was like, yes, actually I'm selling there. The chance I had. And then we started to sympathize in the train. I gave her my first business card and I told her the entire story of the fact that I just printed them. She laughed about this. She was adorable. We go to the event and I gave away so many cards. So many people were interested. Right now I'm working for a business that replaces car windows, and that's not really my thing. And on my CV, even though it's like community manager, it's community manager for something that has nothing to do with what I want to do. And I would like to be in something more creative. And now I have this opportunity to try it in businesses that are more creative because I went out of my way to give those cards, to meet those people. It was amazing and people were so nice. To give you an idea of how fast it went, yesterday I was invited by a girl I met on the Brittany market to another event where I could meet other people. We could talk about what were their problems and how I could help them and blah, 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 blah. And when I tell you I missed 3 trains. The first one that I told you about, then the second one because I was too much in my cards and everything, and the third one because I was almost going to get it, but I ran for it and it passed right under my nose. I don't know how I'm gonna edit this part, but at least the story time is made, and I'm really bad with story times because I talk too much all the time, so I hope it was understandable. Now let's go to the points and the lessons we have to get from the story time, because there's so many. First point, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. What if I don't like it? What if I'm not made for this? What if? Get the what if out of your head. Let this what if happen and see what you can learn from it. How can you know you won't like it if you don't try? How can you know it's not made for you just because the people who are doing it don't look like you, act like you, talk like you? No. If we follow this idea, there will be no women doctors, there would be no women engineers, there would be no women anything, because men have kept us away from those jobs for so many years that we would not even try, because no women were doing those jobs. And because one woman dared to do it, then it followed with other women. She paved the way for so many other women who didn't dare to do it but wanted to, and now it looks easier to be done. So be the person who dares, be the person who shows people like you that they can do it. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Which brings us to our second point. Don't be ashamed. Especially when it's people you don't know. Because think about it. There's only two options. Either it works and it's amazing and you have everything you wanted and it opens so many doors for you. And second option, it's weird, it's awkward, you fail. And so what? You'll never see them again. And even if you're weird in front of those people, if those people have what you want, they know what you're going through. They know what you're going through and they're not going to judge you. And if they judge you, then they're not decent human beings. Do you want people who are not decent human beings in your life? Hell no. Third point, do it because you don't know what will come out. We always focus on the negative, being like, but what if it happens and then I have this and then that and then. I'm not telling you to go blindly and be unconscious about what you're doing. Stay safe, yes, but don't stay focused on the negative. Just stay focused on what could come out great out of this situation. If I didn't go back to this event when my feet were hurting and I was cold and I was hungry because I didn't eat the entire day, I would have been to this event last night where I met other people and it was amazing. I will never regret taking those opportunities because now I see what I have. Go for what you want so that you can see what you have in the future, because if you don't do it, you'll never know. Point number 4, if it's thrown your way, it means you're ready. Ready for what? You don't know. Maybe it's ready for failure. But even failure is going to bring you something. Let me picture this for you. When I was, I think, 16 or 18, like around this age, I don't remember. I think a part of me forgot this part of my life because it was really weird. I found this audition in Orleans and it was my first audition ever. I never auditioned before. I never knew what was an audition. I never really dared to do any auditions. And you know what? I was like, let's do this. And I tell you, it was the worst freaking audition I've ever done, and it was so awkward. It was really awkward that even my brain forgot about it. I don't even remember what year it was. It was it was super cringe because I didn't know how an audition was supposed to happen. I didn't actually learn my text well. I didn't play it well. I didn't know how to prepare for an audition. Everything was awful. Like, you have no idea how terrible it was. But because I failed this thing, now I know that I cannot come to an audition not prepared. And I know for some people it's going to be obvious, but for me at the time it was not obvious, and now it is. I needed this lesson. Don't be ashamed of the lesson that comes your way. Maybe it's like easy lesson for other people, but maybe you needed that lesson. So whatever is thrown your way, it means you're ready for something. It means it has something to give you. So don't hesitate. It's the first point, but don't hesitate. Go for it, and don't be ashamed in everything. Point number 5. There is no perfect timing. Don't be like, oh no, it's not my moment. Oh no, I shouldn't do this. Oh no, I'm tired of this. When I tell you, when I went back to this event, I was cold. I was hungry because I didn't eat the entire day. I just ate a little bit in the morning. My feet hurt so much that I thought it was bleeding, and when I came home, I was scared to take my socks off because I was scared it would be full of blood. I was not ready for this to happen in my life. And most of the time, opportunities like this, you're not going to be ready. So go for it. Don't expect things coming your way every time you're ready, because sometimes you're not going to be ready and you just have to throw yourself at it, and that's it. It's okay not to be ready. It's so okay not to be ready. It's okay if you don't feel like it's the right timing, because most of the time it's not. But prove that you want it by going. And yes, it's scary, and sometimes it's even, there's this moment where it annoys you and you're just like, actually I don't want to do it. It can even make you mad, be like, I would rather be at home. And then you go to the event and it's amazing and you go home and you don't regret it. There might be this moment of anger against yourself of like, but maybe it's not going to be useful and I want to stay home. I don't want to move. Yes. You don't. But once you're there, you're not going to regret it. So go for it. It's not the right timing, yes, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. And last point, trust the universe. I'm putting this point at last because I know some people don't believe in it, and I didn't want this video to not feel welcoming to you because I put this point first, so I put it at last. But think about it, whatever you believe in, the event was right in between the two train stations. I didn't have to go there and there, it was right in between. And then when I print those cards, I get out of the store, I go to the subway and I meet this girl and I ask her, and she was going at even more, she was a seller there. And one more thing is that when I went to print those cards, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have been printing those cards and everything. And when I got out with my cards and I went down the subway and I talked to this girl, she told me it was opening at 12. And if I decided not to print those cards, I would have taken a different subway and I wouldn't have met this girl and I would have waited in front of the event because it was not open yet. Don't tell me everything was just given to me. I just had to take it. And yes, sometimes taking it is hard because you see it, you want it, but do you have the energy? Are you not hungry, or do you want to do something else? Yes, it's never the right timing, but it's here. Either you take it or not, but the event is not going to wait for you. It's either you do it or you don't. But to tell you how much the universe just placed it on my path, it was just like, it was given. It was just given. There's so many things. Once you believe that things are going to come your way, they're going to come your way. If you stop stressing about it, you're going to attract energy that is not stress. It's just going to be like positive energy. But yeah, I feel like I kind of manifested it in a way, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy because there's been so many times in my journal in the morning where I wrote, I'm a great community manager, I'm a great community manager, I'm a successful community manager, blah, 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 blah. And here I am having a big opportunity to prove what I can do. I mean, anyway, I love talking about this because it motivates me so much, and I hope that you can feel this energy of motivation that I'm giving you and that you receive it and it motivates you to do what you want. So now they have all those little advice. If there's an event thrown your way, don't hesitate, go for it. Go for it, you don't know what you can get out of it. And yes, you might not be motivated, yes, you might not want to do it, but you might not regret it in the end. So I would say go for it. Do it now. Don't hesitate. Don't freaking hesitate. Okay, I think this is the end of the video because if I keep talking, we're gonna be here all night. I hope you enjoyed this video, and again, dare do it. But above all, take care of your mental health, always the mental health first. Stay kind to yourself, and on that, I will see you next week.